Good morning, Junior Resource. It is Friday, which means the weekend is here. So we just have a quick activity today, and we're going to let you guys go to your weekend, and then I'm going to touch base with you on Sunday and send you guys your timetable for what we're going to be working on in the coming week. But for now, let's hit those sight words up right away. And from there, we're going to jump right into our word sort. So for today, you're going to need your red or your yellow word sorts. Last time we did sort 1. I hope you held on to those and you've gotten a chance to maybe practice them a few times with some free time that you've had, because you've had a lot of free time. And today we're going to be doing sort 2. Okay, so sort 2 red and sort 2 yellow. So whichever word sort package you have inside your Junior Resource Kit. Are you ready? Let's go. Was. W-A-S. She was happy to be here. Was. For. F-O-R. This is for you. For. You. Y-O-U. You and I. You. Is. I-S. This is a great day. Is. Here are last week's words that you can keep practicing today. The, to, and. Red rainbow words. In. I-N. I am in trouble. In. If. I-F. If I were king for the day. If. On. O-N. Turn on the light. On. Off. O-F-F. Turn off the light. Off. Here are last week's red rainbow words. Keep practicing in case you haven't mastered them yet. At, am, an, it. Orange rainbow words. Did. D-I-D. It did not bother me. Did. Will. W-I-L-L. Will you come with me? Will. Big. B-I-G. The giant was really big. Big. 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. S-I-X. 6. Here are last week's orange rainbow words. Had, can, ran, him. Please continue to practice these words if you haven't mastered them yet. All right, guys, awesome job. We got our sight words done. Now it's time to move on to those word sorts. So today we're going to be working on sort 2 for both our red and our yellow sorts. If you're working on red and you want to go straight to that, just keep listening right now. We're going to smoothly transition into it. If you're yellow and you don't want to watch the red word sort, go down to the description section of the YouTube page and click the yellow word sort timestamp. It's right there in the description, and you can fast forward to whatever section you do so you don't have to watch the other kids' lesson. All right, let's get going. Sorry, sort 2. So what we're going to be doing first, what we did last time, is cutting all these squares out, including the title here. So what I'd like you guys to do is to please start cutting and stop when you have a big pile of letters like this one. Oops, I have 2 P's there for pig. So cut them all out. Press pause now, cut them all out, and make sure you have the title at the top. And then when you're done, press play. Okay, hopefully that was enough time for you to pause and to press play again. Now let's get started into the sort. So the next thing you want to do is once you have all these cut out, you should have your title at the top, and it says sort to beginning consonants. So remember we have two different kinds of letters. We have vowels, which are A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes the letter Y. Every word in our English language has to have a vowel in it. All the other letters in the language or in our alphabet are called consonants. So when we talk about a beginning consonant, we're talking about the first sound or letter we hear in a word, and we're going to sort them according to that. So what the next thing we want to do is to find all the pictures of the letters and put them at the top. And we'll sort them the same way they have in the title. T, G, N, P. And then you see T, G, N, P. So we have T for tent, G for ghost, N for net, and P for pig. So what we want to do with the rest of these, all these little cards, is we want to sort them out with the beginning consonants. So we want to find a letter or a picture that go under, or find a spot for all these pictures to go under. So here in this next page, I did the first few. I just grabbed some random ones, and if you want to do them with me, you can, or you can do them all by yourself. So I grabbed the number 2 here, and I could tell it's 2 because there's 2 dots and there's the number 2. So when I listen to the word two, it's the same as the word tent. And I know they both, since they both start with a t sound, they both start with a T. Over here, as long as you're familiar with what the picture is, that is gas. So if you need to put gasoline in your car or your truck or your van, you need some gas. Now gas starts with the same letters ghost. So that's how I knew they went together. Now I'm going to talk about this one again at the end because there is another place you could put it, but we'll get to that later. Here we have letter N with net. And I found that this little arrow is pointing to this man's big nose. So I put nose with net. And finally over here, pig is the letter P. And I found a picture of a pen. Now, that might be a funny looking pen to some of us because we might not be familiar with it. That's a well pen. So back in the old days, you used to have a little pot of ink and you used to like kind of suck up the ink in your pen and then you'd write with it. We don't really use those too often anymore. Most people don't have them, but that is a picture of a pen. So that is part of the trick, is we need to go through and look at these pictures and figure out what they are. Tub, pin, or that could even be a bobby pin. Or not a bobby pin, a safety pin, but we don't have an S, so we're going to put it with P. Here's a goose, pipe, paper, towel, gum, gate, nut, pail, or it could be a bucket, but I don't see a letter B, so I wouldn't sort it with bucket. Tire, pot, nail, tie, and pin. Or actually, that's probably needle. So what I want you guys to do now is pause it and sort those words out best you can. Let's see how you do. All right, did you finish sorting your words? Let's see how Mr. Ramsden did. I see the mistake I made on the last one. I see that needle. I put it for under P for pin, but it's a needle. So I'm going to make sure it goes with the letter N. So let's go through. Tire, tub, tie, towel, gas. No, actually, just drag it down here. It's easier. Gas, gum, gate, goose. Nose, nut, needle, nail. Pen, pin, pail, paper, pot, and pipe. Now, there is one more other one you could put in 2 places. I mean, there might be others I might have missed, but this is the one I know for sure. It's this one here. Now, I made a point of saying this is for gas, but you might also call this a gas pump or just the pumps. So sometimes we ask what the price of gas is. Oh, the price of the pumps today. And that is what it is. It's a special pump that pumps out gas. So yes, gas could go with goes, but pump could go with pig. So whether you have here the gas pump with pig for pump, or you have it under ghost for gas, either way is acceptable, as long as you can justify what it is and the word that you're using. For instance, I thought this was a pin. Now, if I had put pin with a letter P, I wasn't wrong. Pin does start with P. But we already do have a pin here, which is a safety pin, which made me then realize, oh, this probably isn't a pin. This is a needle, because when you're sewing, you'd use a needle. So sometimes it's our experience with a word. So if you're not sure what a picture is supposed to be, ask a parent, ask a friend, okay? Because this can be a tricky one too. Gate. You could be looking at pictures of posts. You could be looking at a path. You could be looking at a fence. There's a few things in the picture. To me, I think the main point of the picture is the gate in the middle, but it's not necessarily obvious. All right, so good job, everybody, on your red sorts today, on your t, g, n, and p. Make sure you hold on to these, save them, put them in an envelope or a Ziploc bag, and then pull them out when you want to use them again. Now let's move on to everyone with those yellow sorts. The yellow sorts in your resource book. So today we are doing sort 2, as we mentioned before. And what you want to do is find this piece of paper. It should be a yellow piece of paper. Mine's white, but yours will be yellow. And what I'd like you to do is get out your scissors and start cutting it up. So what it should look like when you're done is a bunch of squares and the title. Okay, so make sure you hold on to the title. And the first thing you can do when you're cutting it is put the letter I's, the pictures with the letters at the top, and there's going to be one that says oddball. So we want to keep those to the top. So we'll have an I for ig, and then kite, and then oddball. So go ahead and get those cut out, and press play or press pause right now. Cut them out, and then press play when you are ready to go. Okay, hopefully now that was enough time for you guys to cut everything out. So what we want to do now is take a look at the sort and see what is our job? What are we supposed to be doing here? So over here, we'll see it says sort 2, picture sort for long and short I. So I, as we know, is a vowel. We have our vowels in our alphabet are A, E, I, O, U, and Y. And our vowels often make at least 2 different sounds. So the letter I, like in our alphabet song, I is for igloo, igloo. We know I can say but I can also say its own name, like it'll say I, like an ice cream. So what we want to do is recognize which one of these words has a hard or soft vowel or a long or short vowel. So these vowel sounds aren't at the beginning of the word. So we're not looking for words that start with or I. They're words that have the or I inside them. So let's take a look and start here for a second. Here's a picture. This looks like a girl, but it could be a girl or a guy. It doesn't really matter. But it's an individual who looks like they are diving into the pool. Okay? So let's see where that should go. Egg, to I. That vowel sound I hear there sounds like a hard vowel sound. So that sounds like an I. Let's take a look. I'll move this one out of the way. I've, ite. Do they both have an I sound in it? Let's say it again. Ite, ite, I. Dive should go over there. Okay, here's another one that has a similar shape to this picture, but it's a very different picture. It looks to me like we have some trees and a piece of land that goes up and down. So that to me is a hill. So here's a picture of hill. Let's try it over here where we left off. Oh, excuse me. Ill. So I hear that sound. How about this one? Ite. Ite. Ill. Let's try over here. Pig. Ill. Ah, I hear the it sound in the middle of both of these. So I know hill must go over here with pig. Maybe we'll do one more. Here's one. Twins. These looks like two twin girls. Twin. Tw. So I can hear three different sounds in that word, and I hear that vowel sound in the middle. And it's not saying twine, like ein. It's saying in, like ig. So I know that'll go over there. All right, so what we can do really quick now before you guys do your sorts independently, which means by yourself, is let's just go through the pictures just so we know what all the pictures are supposed to be, because that is the tricky part. Here's a box with some little bugs flying around it. So those could be flies, but what we're going to call them today is make sure they're known as bees, and that is a beehive. So hive. Here's a vine, the letter or the word 5, a fire, fish, slide, 9, pie, prize. You can tell that's prize because it's first place prize. Or you could say ribbon, ribbon. I'll let you figure that one out yourself. Probably ribbon, actually. That's probably what it's supposed to be. But I think later on I started out as prize, but we'll talk about it after. Lips, smile, swim, drive, net, zipper or zip, and bride. All right, press pause, do your word sort them out where you think they should go, and then press play when you're ready, and we will pick up where we left off. All right, everyone, hopefully that was enough time. You had enough time to do your word sort. Now let's take a look if our word sorts are the same. Now they're going to be in a different order, and that's okay. Don't worry about that. The important thing is that they're in the right area. So let's go ahead and take a look. So we already did hill and pig. I'm going to try this one. Ip, ig, z, ip. P, ig, f, ish. P, ig, sw, im. So far, so good. L, ips. P, ig. How about this one? P, ig, tw, ins. Nice. I'm very happy with that one. Okay, let's try this one. Kite, slide, smile, kite, ein, kite, I've, kite, I've, kite. I'm just going to move these guys down here while we keep doing this. I've, kite, I, kite, I've, kite. Here we keep hearing that I sound. Ire, ein. And here, you know what? I said this one was I've, but, and that would be the right spot. But I think this is supposed to be a ribbon. It is first prize, but I think ribbon would work. So you could put it in either one. Depends. If you call it ribbon, it should be over here with the I, with the pig, with the it. But if you call it eyes, it should be over here. So wherever you think. You know what? Let's just clone it and let's put it in both spots. You can't do that, but I can because I got the magic technology here. All right, and then the last one here is eyed and kite. Did you find there was one that didn't fit in either of them? Let's look at this one. N-et, p-ig, et. That doesn't work. Let's try over here. It must be this one then. K-ite, k-ite, n-et. That's a completely different vowel sound. So here we have I, soft I. We have that it. Here we have a hard one. It goes I. And over here, we have eh. What says eh? What vowel says eh? Did you say E? E is for elephant. Elephant. There we go. We know that this one is an oddball. It doesn't fit in either one of those. So oddball just means kind of the odd one out. It doesn't fit in either one of our sorts. Okay, everyone. I hope you guys did well with your word sorts. If you got them done faster this week, that's awesome. Please hold on to it. Give it a try over the weekend if you have some time, and early next week if there's some times where you're a little bored sitting around the house. Some word sorts are always good for your brain. Please, if you get a chance, stick them in a Ziploc bag like I mentioned, or an envelope, mark them, write sort 2 on the outside of them, and you'll know what they are when you go to use them next time. All right, there we go. All right, Junior Resource, great job everyone today completing our Friday lesson. We got our sight words done and our word sorts. Thank you very much for all your hard work. If you missed any lessons last week or this week, please feel free to access them either on the YouTube page or go through our Seesaw app and you will find all the lessons on there. If you have any questions or concerns, please continue to email me. Parents and families and guardians, I'm going to be in contact in the next week to check in on recent engagement and how that's been going for you guys, and if there's any further supports you need. So if you have any thoughts or questions, hold on to them or send them to me right away, or hold on to them till when we speak. I hope everyone has a great weekend. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful day out today. The wind's blowing a little bit, but not as bad as it was yesterday. Hope you get outside, get some fresh air. At our house, we've been doing a lot of container planting. We don't have a lot of garden space at our house. So we've been planting tomatoes and zucchinis and cucumbers and a whole bunch of stuff in containers. So hopefully we get a nice crop this year. We think it's so important to try to grow some of our food if we can, if you do have the space. I know a lot of people are limited in that. So if you can get outside and try to do a little planting, a little growing, whether it's a flower or a vegetable, please do. What else? What else is new and going on at our house? We have some butterfly larvae that came in this week, so that's pretty exciting. We are going to be raising some butterflies, and we're going to be hopefully releasing some into our backyard, and I'm going to be taking them to Pleasant Hill School and to the park area and releasing some there later as well. So I'm going to be keeping you guys updated on the butterflies, and I'll be posting those on your home classroom Seesaw pages and Google Classroom for Mrs. Cron's class. What else? We have robins that have laid eggs underneath our deck. It means I can't stain my deck right now, but that's okay. This is the second year in a row in the exact same spot a robin has laid eggs there. So it looks like right now there's 4 eggs in there, as best I can see. I'll pop up a little picture here for you guys. So I'll continue to keep track on that and keep you guys updated and in the loop. So it's springtime, things are growing, birds are laying eggs, and butterflies are going to be popping out of their chrysalises and cocoons. So that's really exciting time right now. So with everything that's been going on with COVID, it's nice to know there's some positive things looking out as spring is finally sprung in Saskatchewan. So anyways, I will digress and stop from there. Have a great weekend. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you on Monday.